Hello friends, myself Dr. Veena Avinash Puradkar. I am from Ram Niranjan Jhunjhunwala College, Department of Philosophy. I am an assistant professor. Today we are going to learn about ecofeminism. What ecofeminism is, that we need to understand. But prior to that, we need to understand what deep ecology is. Deep ecology focuses upon the human nature relationship. Similarly, the ecofeminism also focuses on human nature relationship, but it also try to focus upon what kind of a human has its relation with another human being. Deep ecology speaks about the critical of prevailing environmental philosophy. So it is critical on environmental philosophy. And similarly, the ecofeminism is also critical on environmental philosophy. Deep ecology focuses upon domination of nature over the human being. Same thing, the ecofeminism also criticizes the domination of nature by the human being. So what is ecofeminism? Ecofeminism is a movement that sees a connection between the exploitation and degradation of the natural world and the subordination and oppression of the women. So it's tried to connect the women with the nature. It emerges in the mid 1970s alongside the second wave feminism and the green movement. It brings together the elements of the feminist and the green movement. It seeks the parallels between the exploitation of nature and the exploitation of women. It also tries to find out the parallels that are understood in the context of the patriarchy. One particularly vigorous ecofeminist analysis stems from the work of Claudia von Verelhoff and Maria Mies. The term ecofeminism was first used by Françoise de Eubonne, a French writer. Ecofeminism relates the oppression and domination of all marginalized groups, whether it is women, poor people, people of different colors, children, and others. It shows the oppression and the domination of nature in a parallel manner. The way animals are oppressed, the land is oppressed, the water is oppressed, the air is oppressed by the human being. This became popular only in the context of numerous protests and activities against the environmental destruction, sparked off initially by recurring ecological disaster. Ecological perspective. In ecofeminism, women and nature are united through their shared history of oppression by patriarchal society. So whether it is a western or the eastern world, we have seen that women has been suppressed or oppressed. Similarly, the nature is also suppressed. Ecofeminism tries to describe the movements and the philosophies that link feminism with the ecology. Ecofeminism connects the exploitation and domination of women with that of the environment and argues that there is a close connection between the women and the nature. It also believes that this connection is illustrated through the female values of reciprocity, nurturing, and cooperation, which are present both among women and in nature. Nature also nurtures us, women also nurtures the small child. They draw connections between menstruation and the moon cycles, childbirth, and creation. What are the basic instincts of ecofeminism? The conception of nature and of women have been linked together in ecofeminism. Earth as female and female as earthly or animal life. The devaluation and abuse of nature and women have gone hand in hand in the world. To overcome this problem, we must analyze the resist both together and devise an ideal which liberates both women and nature. The expansion often made all operations, maybe it is a racial operation, class operation, gender operation, or environment, are linked and needed to be fought together. This is the photograph of Vandana Shiva, who really works for the development of the ecology and for the eco-feminist movement she had running about. According to many eco-feminists, women have a special connection to the environment through their daily interactions, and that connection has been underestimated. According to Vandana Shiva, women is subsistence economies who produces wealth in partnership with nature, have been expert in their own right of holistic and ecological knowledge of nature's processes or natural processes. According to her, patriarchy has labeled women, nature, and other groups as unproductive because they are suppressed by the patriarchy. Now, question relate to ecofeminism. What are these questions? Feminist thinkers ask the question: what is the source of this oppression of the women, and how do we get rid of it? They believe that there are interconnections between the oppression of women, that is sexism, the oppression of other humans, racism, classism, casteism, ageism, colonizing, etc., and domination of nature, that is naturism. So, this is a beautiful picture of Mother Earth, which is known in basically you can think into the Greek world as a guide. Ecofeminism is divided into two different thoughts. First is radical ecofeminism and cultural ecofeminism. A radical ecofeminism argues that the dominant patriarchal society equates nature and women in order to degrade both. So they are degrading both women as well as nature. And radical ecofeminism builds on the assertion of early ecofeminism, which study on the domination of patriarchy. So this shows that there is an association link between the women and nature operation, because women has been oppressed by the patriarchy. Similarly, nature has been oppressed by human beings who has all the powers. So this is the another form of ecofeminism, cultural ecofeminism, where we know about the Chipko movement, which has been run by Sundarlal Bahuguna. Cultural ecofeminist, on the other hand, encourages an association between women and the environment. They contend that women have a more intimate relationship with the nature because of their gender roles. What are their gender roles? That is, women try to nurture each and every family member. Women try to nurture a child. She is a provider of food. So she indirectly she nurtures the entire family. And their biology, that is the basic thing, women give birth to a child, that is a new life. So earth also gives a birth to a new life. The cultural ecofeminists believe that such association allows women to be more sensitive to the sanctity and degradation of the environment. They suggest that this sensitivity ought to be prized by society insofar as it establishes a more direct connection to the natural world with which humans must coexist. So it speaks about coexistence of human being with the nature. So cultural ecofeminism has its roots in the nature-based religion, where nature is being worshipped as a god, as a way of redeeming both the spirituality of the nature and women. So we are finding there is a eco spiritualism lies between this cultural ecofeminist. You can just see the beautiful picture of Chipko Andolan, where all women from the Garhwal district have joined together to save the trees. This is speaks about what earth is. Is earth alive? Or will earth alive? Yes, earth will remain alive only with our own attitude. What kind of attitude we do require here? The attitude of enlightening ourselves, that we are not the dominer. We should not dominate the nature. We should take care of the nature. We are the caretaker of the nature. Then only we can able to stop this degradation of nature. So in shifting from our thinking should shift from destruction mode to conservation mode, that I am a part and parcel of this environment. I am not the someone who is a supra human being who can have the dominant over entire nature. So ecology and spirituality are fundamentally connected, because deep ecological awareness ultimately is a spiritual awareness, which has been said by Capra. So go green, leave green, which is very very important.